Joining us at the beach today, Chris Sims.
He is a Bleacher Report NFL analyst. He's the host of Sims and Lefko. He's the son of Phil Sims. I like talking to him. Let's talk to him. He doesn't like Dominique. Get Dominique out of here.
I don't like him either.
Chris, so take me through it. You're on your honeymoon and Jon Gruden calls. What happens next?
Oh, gosh. Every day was an annoying voice message for him. At first, I thought it was like a playful, nice thing that, oh, my head coach cares about me. He's checking in on the honeymoon. But then it became the second day of voicemail. Then it became the third day of, hey, what are you doing? Are you taking a canoe back from Italy? Why aren't you back here yet? Thought we had discussed these things, coach. I was going to be on a honeymoon for 2 weeks, but the 10th day, he couldn't take it anymore. He's a little crazy, Jon Gruden, as you know. And yes, I left Capri 2 days early because my head coach was peer pressuring me, and my wife couldn't take it anymore. So she said, let's just go back and start your football season.
Can you explain to the audience that might not understand the details of suffering your spleen injury that they might not remember that resulted with you having to need your spleen removed?
Yeah, okay. The details were this. I got hit by Chris Jenkins. You remember big Chris Jenkins, 330 pounds. I was throwing the football. I was like this, and I was going to throw it out of bounds, but he hit me. Thomas Davis, still middle linebacker for Carolina Panthers, put his helmet right in my stomach while I was wide open and Chris Jenkins was hitting me from the other side. So rocking a hard place, and that was the second series of the game. We weren't doing good that year. I wasn't playing my best. I wasn't coming out of the game. I didn't see bones and I didn't see blood. So I thought, okay, I should be okay. So I continued to play, but my energy levels went down and down and down to the point where I blacked out in the third quarter and had to go in and get an IV, came out, thought I led us on the game-winning drive. The Carolina Panthers ended up kicking a 59-yard field goal. If I wasn't hurting enough, that put the dagger in me, okay? And I got done with the game, and I couldn't even listen to Coach Gruden's post-game speech. I threw my helmet off. I was so miserable. I couldn't breathe. I could barely stand up. I went and laid down in the training room. They pushed on me for a few seconds. They said, maybe it's your spleen, but we got to go take you to the hospital to get checked out. Next thing I know, Dan, I'm on the table. The scan goes over me. They tell me it's bad. They start running out the door, and they're cutting off my uniform as I'm sitting there, and they're shoving a catheter down you know what, and I don't even have any drugs in me yet. So that was uncomfortable as well. They brought my wife in to say goodbye to me. They weren't sure I was going to make it because I lost 9 pints of blood. You only have 14 in your body. But I'm here with you now. I made it.
Okay, and we will celebrate you making it in a second, but where was your relationship with Jon Gruden over time? Because he rushed you back and then he didn't play you, correct?
Well, we had a great relationship. Yes, the spleen injury certainly made things a little rocky, especially the year or two after that. But leading up to this, in the honeymoon period still, we had a great relationship. We had a lot of good times.
Well, hold on a minute, though. Did you realize right then the business of the sport? Like, you almost died on the field. Are you telling me that your coach no longer had any use for you because you weren't of service to him?
Well, a little bit. It is the business of the sport. It certainly was a very personal, eye-opening experience for me as far as getting my first hands-on, tutelage in being screwed over in the business of the NFL. And yeah, I started to get wind that after my spleen injury, Coach Gruden at one time said I was completely healthy and that I just wasn't practicing well. And of course, yes, I started to stick up for myself through the media. I was not 100%. This was 9 to 10 months after I almost died on the football field. So I pushed back, and I wasn't going to be able to contribute to the team. And it is a tough business, and I think he wanted to move on with a new quarterback, and that was it. So yeah, it was a little tough there, but we made up. We kissed, hugged, and made up a few years after that.
How is it that you go about forgiving that? Because, I mean, like you just said, you were close to death. A coach should care about the human being there somewhere.
Yes, I was a little bitter for a while, but the one thing I went back to, and what happened to me more than anything, I reached out to a close personal friend of Jon Gruden. I said, hey, can I get Jon's phone number? I'd like to send him a text. And I think he was a little scared at first, like, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to, send him some 4-letter words or something? And I said, no. I want to let him know that even though things ended up badly in Tampa, the years before that were awesome. Nobody taught me more football, and I had a lot of great times. And those are the things I was going to remember more than anything. And I was willing to kind of just, close the book or turn the page and move on with life.
What can you tell us about any regret that you might have? Do you have any regrets about the decisions that you made professionally?
No regrets. I do not. There's times where I think about, oh, well, maybe if I came out of the game a little earlier when I lost my spleen, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. But I don't know that. I don't know the extent of that injury and what would have happened. So I have no regrets. I went for it. I tried to be really good. I worked hard. I played hard, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And again, it just can't, it doesn't always work out, or you don't always get what you deserve in this world.